Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. True Gamer for Reals here for you, and I want to bring to you today an awesome looking game here that is kind of creeping under the radar, which I believe might be an actual great game to play and a new shooter for us all to experience. This game has been created by NC Software, and this game is called ARES. Now, this all started back in September of 2021, where a tweet was put out about ARES VR, an engine tech demo from Roblox. Yes, you heard right. This game is all being created in Roblox. And if you guys don't know what Roblox is basically just a little engine that first started off as something for kids. Kids were developing games, and it was kind of, going crazy and blowing up, where all these little guys and gals are making these small games that kind of look like Legos. And I don't know if you heard about the craze way back in the day, but basically every little kid wanted Robux for Christmas, and this is why they were able to buy games and play games and create games, and it's all just on a little engine here. And this particular developer has decided to make a full VR game in Roblox. And I'm telling you, it might be the best looking game on Roblox, period. So a lot of the information I'll be gathering here today is from their Discord and from their YouTube channel, basically. From what I understand, it is two brothers that are working on a game, so it's just a two-man dev team. And we'll go into a little bit more of that here in just a minute. But the first document we have here is kind of like a U.S. Central Intelligence Agency type document. And it's kind of cool how they're putting this together. So they're just going over a few things here. The first thing is, yes, you will need a Roblox account to play. They will be supporting the Quest 2. Yes, ARES will cost money, but we don't know the price on it yet. But what we really want to know is what the game is all about. So it says ARES will be a linear stealth action adventure with survival horror elements. And it asks next, will there be a multiplayer component? We plan on making a separate multiplayer component made using ARES Weapon VR interaction framework with a focus on user-generated content. We'll have more on this later. So yes, there's going to be a multiplayer part to this, as well as a story mode. So what exactly is ARES going to be about? Is their current working game description. Uncover the mysteries of the ARES Foundation as you traverse a parallel world infested with man-made and otherworldly horrors. That sounds absolutely crazy. So basically, it might be a little bit of a stealth action with some horror mixed into it. So that'll be really cool. It says, when will ARES be released? There is no planned release date. It is still very, very early in development. Now, I'll get into this a little bit later, but there was a tweet on May 26th of 2022 that says it's supposed to be coming this year still. How likely that is, I'm not sure, but time will tell. We'll get into more of that later. Is there a playable demo? It just says soon, and it's a long time. At the moment, there is a ton of people demoing it on their Discord. There's so many that there is not even... You can't apply for it anymore. We'll just put it that way. So there is that, and that kind of sucks. But at least we know there is a demo of it already, and people are definitely playing it. All right, so the document continues here, and it basically says, will there be movement options / toggles and settings for comfort features? It says, we will try to include as many movement options, comfort features, and setting as possible based on player feedback. The current options include smooth locomotion, teleportation, arm swinging locomotion, snap turning, smooth turning, and no turning. all with options to tweak their values. So there is definitely going to be some comfort settings, which is really cool. Next up, it says, is there options for full VR body and arms instead of floating hands? It says, no, at least not for the single player story. Many things have not been decided or considered for multiplayer. It says, will ARES ever come to PC for people without VR? We would like to eventually make a version of ARES that doesn't require a head-mounted display, but that would not come until after the main game is released. As for multiplayer, to reiterate, many things have not been decided. It says, will ARES be playable on older computers? The big and short answer is probably not. Make sure you have an updated computer, and it says if you can run other modern VR games like Boneworks and Half-Life Alyx, you should have no trouble running ARES. It says, are we looking to hire more developers? Says, we will eventually have to hire a buttload of people for all the things we either don't know how to do well or can't do alone. Says, we are only a team of 2. That is crazy. Like I said, it is a group of brothers, it appears, that are just working on the game, so they're making this with just a team of 2. Says, there is, however, a more immediate need for concept artists, three artists, and voice actors. So maybe DM them with your portfolio and maybe you can get hired. So, another big question is, why make ARES on Roblox instead of Godot or Unreal? The developers just say, we just like the platform and the engine, and we already are more experienced with it than others. It is very capable engine, and Roblox cuts out the middleman for many services that we would otherwise have to pay for and manage ourselves. So being a small group of devs, only 2, they are trying to minimize costs and trying to make things as efficient as possible by using Roblox, which is basically pretty much free to make games on. So I completely understand that. So how I'm going to do this now is going to pretty much show you the videos from when they were first released, all the way up to what we have currently in this year. So what I'll do is I will show you a bit of the preview of the game without sound, and then I will play the preview of the game with sound. That way you can kind of hear the environment and hear the guns and kind of see how that actually goes. So first up here is basically just a very early, almost Half-Life Alyx-ish demo showing you kind of what the hands look like, kind of what the gunplay is like, and some of the physics of the actual game. Up next, we have another weapon here that was kind of designed and put together. And the best part about it is it kind of shows the attachment system for the actual guns. I think this is a really cool and innovative way to throw attachments onto your weapons, especially in VR. And I really think a lot of VR shooters should probably adopt this method. It's definitely unique and different. Here we start getting into some demos of the shotgun, which is really cool. We all love to see what a shotgun looks like and sounds like. You also see we got the animations for reloading the shotgun and pumping it every time you have to shoot. That's definitely really neat and pretty much spot on if you ask me. This video here shows a little bit of the framework that's going on in ARES. As you can see, we're kind of sprinting and showing off some more of the hand movements and looking down scope and just kind of showing you what the environment may possibly look like here on a test level. This is our first demo of an actual pistol going on with the menu system and attachments. Pretty neat right there. You can see it's pretty realistic and everything that's with it is interesting. We also get a little bit of an environment. Up next is very interesting because we get our first look at night vision. We also get to see more attachments and how they look when you're swapping them out on the gun, which is really cool. We get a little bit of sound of ricochet and things like that on the barrels. And we get a preview of the slowdown of bullet time, which is really cool. What we see here is really cool because it's actually a part and scene from the Matrix. But for a game to be able to load all that fast is absolutely amazing. We get a little bit of the environment manipulation as far as picking up weapons, so that's kind of cool. We also get to see kind of a shooting range where we can test out our attachments and things of that nature and what it feels like to hit targets. Up next, we finally get to see some combat from ARES. Now, they are shooting against some enemies that are in this developer's other game called Room, which is basically just Doom in VR. Then we get to see a little bit of the actual ARES combat where an AI is shooting back at you and getting into cover and things like that. So that's kind of neat as well. This is really neat because we get to see what the radiation looks like on suppressors. So basically when you're not firing, or when you are firing, they are heating up, and when you're not firing, they're cooling down. So we first off show a pistol, then it looks like we got an MP5 that it goes into, and then also an AR at the end, which kind of looks like a SCAR from what I can kind of tell there. But yeah, so the suppressors heat up, which is really neat, and cools down. Haven't seen a VR game do that yet. Next, it shows that the magazines can be removed by your hand, and you can actually look at the magazine and see the bullets in there to kind of represent how much ammo you have left. That is a great feature in a lot of games. We also kind of go in and show a little bit of the slow-mo with pistols, which is always cool too. There's also the M6A2 weapon that it previews, and that's about it. Now we finally get to see a little bit of interaction with the environment. Kind of shows the physics of what's going on, some reloading, once again some more attachments, what the environment sounds like, the heat radiation and night vision again, and just more of an environment and a little bit of what you can do to the environment to unlock doors and lockers and things of that nature. Also shows that the enemies might fire after they die. We here get to see kind of what the laser on your gun, the tracing does to it. See that you can actually slap reload the MP5, but really it's all about the laser tracing and the streak it leaves when you're moving the gun around. Super cool that I haven't seen in VR either. Last but not least, we have a little bit of the menu for customization. You can see we have smooth turning and snap turning there. We get a little more gunplay. So you can see it shoots out the light there on top of the ceiling. So there is interactable environments. It's kind of a full demo of what we got going on so far. Well, folks, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share it with you. Once again, that on May 26th of 2022, this was pinned on their YouTube. And basically, it just says that I can at the very least say this should come out this year, meaning 2022. We're not sure if that is exactly true or not, but time will tell. So make sure you keep a lookout for that. And that is all, folks. That is pretty much everything we have so far for ARES VR. We know that it's going to be on Roblox. We know it is going to cost money. We know it's made by two brothers. So that is absolutely insane. I cannot wait to see what this game has in store. I will definitely be making a Roblox account to make sure we can play this. And as always, I will leave a link in the description below to their Discord, their Twitter, their YouTube, everything that has to deal with this game. And once again, if you like what you saw, make sure you hit that notification bell, you like, comment, subscribe, and stay up to date with everything that's VR, and especially with this game, ARES. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate your time. Y'all have a great night.